Okay, we're going to talk about estimating quotients. Okay, estimating quotients is just taking a little bit further what we worked on in class on Wednesday. So, okay, and I'm going to show you how to do this. You see I got a multiplication chart up there, and we're going to use a multiplication chart to help us divide or do our estimations. So, the first thing on problem number 1, I have 48 divided by 5. So, what I'm going to do is look for I'm going to go to my factor 5 on my multiplication chart and follow it over until I find a number that's close to 48. So I start on 5 right there. I'm going to follow it. And 50 is really close to 48. So we're going to say that 48 goes into, 48 divided by 5 is about 10. Okay, problem number 2. Problem 2 is a little bit different. Okay, we'll look at the first two digits, 23, and we're going to divide that by 8. So we're going to go to our multiplication chart, find our 8 factor. We're going to follow it over until we find a number close to 23. And 24 is really close to 23. So we can see that 23 divided by 8 is about 3. I have a place value there, the ones place, so I need to put a place, mark that. So 235 divided by 8 is about 30. Okay, problem number 3. 54 divided by 6. I go 6 on my multiplication chart. I follow it over, and it's exactly 54. And it goes into it 9 times. So 54 divided by 6 is 9. And I have a place value there, my ones place, so I need to put that in my quotient. Put that into my quotient. Okay, next problem, problem number 4. Go 19 divided by 5. I go 5 on my multiplication chart. I follow it over, and 20 is really close to 19. So we're going to say it's about 4. 19 divided by 5 is about 4. And I have another place value there, so I'm going to put a 0 right there. So 192 divided by 5 is about 40. 66 divided by 8. So go to 8 on my multiplication chart. I follow it over, and I'm looking for a number close to 66. And 64 is really close to that. So we're going to say 66 divided by 8 is 8. And I have another place value, so 662 divided by 8 is about 80. 36 divided by 3. Okay, go to our multiplication chart. Find our 3. We follow it over. And it goes into it exactly 12 times. So we're going to say 36 divided by 3 is 12, and I have a place value there. My ones place that I need to mark. So 362 divided by 3 is 120, or about 120. 4 divided by 2. Go to multiplication chart. We follow it over. We find the 4, and it's 2 times. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. I have a place value there. So I need to mark that. That's 20. 21 divided by 4. Go on my 4, follow it over. 20 is really close to 21. So we're going to say 21 divided by 4 is about 5. Then I have a place value there. So 211 divided by 4 is about 50. We're going to go and skip number 9 because we can't see the page prior to this, and we haven't talked about it. We're going to talk about it in class tomorrow a little bit. So go ahead and look at that problem. The problem says that Max decided to use the 700 rubber bands to make 8 balls. Is it reasonable to say that each ball would contain about 90 rubber bands? Okay, so our problem is 700, I'm going to do it up here, 700 divided by 8. Divided by 8. So we're going to do 70 divided by 8. So I go to 8 on my multiplication chart. I follow it. And 72 is really close to it. Take that up. That's about 9 times. And I have another place value there, so 90. So it is reasonable because we estimated about 90. Okay, and we'll take the calculator just to check to make sure. Okay, so 700 divided by 8, and that's really close to 9. That's 87.5. Really close. Okay, let's go ahead and look down at some of our independent practice here, and we'll go over a few of these questions, since this is a relatively new concept to you. And I'll go ahead and erase my multiplication chart a little bit so I have a little bit more room to work there. And look at number 11. 43 divided by 9. Go to 9. I'm going to follow it over, follow it over. 45 is really close. So we're going to say 5 times. And we got one place value there. So we're going to say 430 divided by 9 is about 50. Look at problem 13. And we got 13 divided by 5. We got 5 on our multiplication chart. Follow it over. 15 is really close to 13. So that's 3 times. 13 divided by 5 is about 3. Okay, have a place value there. We're going to mark that. So 138 divided by 5 is approximately 30. 23. Oh, don't need to do that one. We'll do that one tomorrow. 34 divided by 8. Go to 8 on our multiplication chart. We follow it over, follow it over. 32 is really close to 34. That's going to be 4 times. So 34 divided by 8 is 4, or about 4. And I have a place value there, the ones place. We go mark that. So 342 divided by 8 is 40. 17, 59 divided by 9. Go to the 9s. And we'll say right here, 63 is a little bit closer. It's only 4 off. Follow it up. That's 7 times. So 9 or 6 or 59 divided by 9 is approximately 7. And then I have a place value there to mark. So that's 70. Okay, problem number 19. 63 divided by 6. Go to 6 on our multiplication chart. Follow it over. 60 is really close to 63. Okay, so we're going to say that's 10 times. So 10, and then we have one place value. So that's equals 100. Okay, on problem number 21. 74 divided by 8. Look at 8 on the multiplication chart. We followed over, and we're looking for something close to 74. 72 is really close. That is 9 times. So 74 divided by 8 is about 9. Then one place value makes it 90. Problem number 23. 55 divided by 7. 55 divided by 7. So go to our 7s. Followed over. 56 is really close to that. So we're going to say that's 8. Then one place value makes it 80. 552 divided by 7 is approximately 80. Okay, on this one, a little bit different. 39. 39. I'm going to go ahead and round that up to 40 because, or we'll turn this into, we basically turn this into 400. So 2 goes into 4 twice, and then 2 place values is 200. Okay, problem number 27. 41 divided by 7. Erase some of my things, getting a little bit too much going on here. So going back to the problem. The problem is 41 divided by 7. Follow it over, follow it over. 42 is really close. Follow that up, so that's about 6. Saying about 6. So that makes that about 6,400. And 16 divided by 7 is about 60. Last one on this page, 62 divided by 9. 63 is really close to that. So we're going to say that's 7 times. So 7, and then a 0 to mark the place value. So 626 divided by 9 is about 70. Let's go ahead and look at our next page. Okay. Problem number 31. Okay. Ada sold her mugs in 3 weeks. About how many did she sell each week? Okay, so we need to go and figure out, this is what she sold in a period of 3 weeks, and we try to figure out how much she sold in 1 week or about. So if we look at our little chart here, this is a picture graph. Each one of these pictures right here represents 50 mugs of coffee that she sold. So that's, you know, label them 50 if you want. And basically counting by fives. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So that's 250 she sold right there. Okay, and while we're at it, we might as well go and count bins up. That's 5, 10, 15, 20. So that's about 200 he sold. Okay, but the problem we're working on for 23 would be 250 divided by 3. Okay. So the fact that we're looking at, the fact to make this easier would be 25 divided by 3. So go to our multiplication chart. We'll take it. Okay, and 24 is really close to that. That's 8 times. We're going to say it's about 80. About 80 cups of coffee she sold each week. Okay, problem number, let's go down a little bit more. Problem 33. Okay, complete by writing greater than or less than in the blank without dividing, and explain how you know which quotient is greater. Okay, and on this one right here, really easy. Since we're dividing by the same amount, our divisor is the same. That means the one with the largest dividend is going to be our greatest. It's going to be our greatest, and this is going to relate to us doing fractions later on this year. But so this one has a greater dividend, so that's going to be our greater. Our alligator's eating the larger number there. Okay, and the last problem we're going to talk about, problem number 35. Okay, explain how to find a better estimate of 260 divided by 5 than the one shown below. And the one below is, okay, round 260 divided by 5 to 300, because if we're rounding, that's a place value you're rounding to. That's the boss. The 6 is telling the 2 to give it a push, so it goes to 300. And 300 divided by 5 is 60. So 260 divided by 5 is about 60. And we're going to see if we can come up with one a little bit better than that. So we're going to look at the first 2 digits, 26 divided by 5. Look at our multiplication chart, follow it over. 25 is really close. So we're going to say 5 times. 5 times, then we have one place value there to mark. That's 50. So we're going to say that 50 is going to be closer to the actual than the way they rounded right here. So we'll check it with our calculator real quick. Get a calculator up here. Okay, so we're going to do the problem. 260 divided by 5 equals 52. So our estimate was closer than their estimate. You can see they estimated 60 and our estimate was 50 and the actual was 52. So our estimate was better. It wasn't any more difficult to come up with. Okay, that's in the video.